My name is Abigail. I am 28 years old. I am an artist. I live in a small apartment in New York. I make paintings every day. It is my passion, but it does not always pay the bills. Sometimes I sell a large painting. When I sell one, I have enough money for weeks. I can buy good food like meat and vegetables. I feel rich and happy. But sometimes I do not sell anything for 2 or 3 months. Then I have very little money. I eat only simple meals. My financial life is very unstable. I love my apartment very much, but the rent is high every month. I have a big problem now. I did not pay the rent for 1 month. Then I did not pay for 2 months. Now it is the 3rd month, and the rent is still not paid. My bank account is completely empty. The 3rd month is finished, and I have no solution. The house owner, Billy, will come soon to collect the money. I do not have the money to give him right now. I feel worried all the time because of this debt. I try to hide inside my home. I do not answer the telephone. I do not want anyone to see me. One day there was a knock on the door. My heart beat fast. I knew who it was. I opened the door slowly. It was Billy, my house owner. Billy said, "Abigail, we must talk now. It has been 3 months. I need the rent now. I cannot wait for the money anymore." I felt ashamed. I needed more time. I looked at him and said, "I know, Billy. Please listen to me. Can you give me just 1 more week? Only 7 days. I have a buyer who wants my painting. I will get the money soon." Billy did not yell. He did not look angry. He just looked tired and disappointed. He stepped inside my apartment. He did not ask for permission. He looked less like a house owner and more like a man who worried about his own problems. Billy walked very close to me. I felt hot and my heart began to beat fast. Billy said, "You always have a reason, Abigail." He meant my promises about selling paintings. I knew he was right. I always said, "Next week I will pay." But next week never brought the money. I should have said sorry again. I should have begged for more time, maybe 2 weeks, but I could not speak. I just looked at his face. I forgot about the 3 months of unpaid rent. I had always thought Billy was handsome. I had not been close to a man in years. I lived alone. I was very lonely. I wanted closeness. I wanted someone to look at me. Billy was looking at me now, but not like a house owner. He was looking at me like a man. Billy asked, "Is there another way to resolve this?" What did he mean? Maybe he meant a different kind of payment plan. But his eyes were not looking at my hands. His eyes were looking at my mouth. I knew what he meant now. The rent was 3 months late. That was a lot of money. I had no way to pay it. This felt like the only door open now. I did not pull away. I wanted this moment. We kissed for a long time. I forgot that Billy was my house owner. We walked quickly into the bedroom. We spent the night together. I felt safe and happy when Billy held me in his arms. The next morning, I looked at his face, but he avoided my eyes. He looked serious. He put on his shirt and trousers. Billy was getting ready to leave my apartment. Did he feel the same way I did? I worried that maybe he did not like me at all. Perhaps he only used me to solve the rent problem. He got what he wanted and now he was ready to go. I did not know what to say. I waited for him to speak first, but he did not look at me again. I watched him leave the room. I felt confused. 2 days passed. I hoped that everything was okay now, especially the rent issue. As I walked down the hall, I saw 2 people standing near the stairs. It was Mrs. Smith and Mr. Harper. They were my neighbors. They were talking close together. When they saw me, they stopped talking. They became still. I smiled at them. They did not smile back. They just stared at me. I walked quickly past them. Then Mrs. Smith said to Mr. Harper, "That is the girl. She pays her rent with her body. It is disgusting." I froze. My heart stopped. I could not believe what I just heard. I turned around and ran back to my apartment. I quickly locked the door. I felt dirty and cheap. The wonderful night I had shared with Billy felt like a huge mistake. How did they know about us? Did Billy tell them? The thought made my stomach hurt. Did Billy tell someone that I spent the night with him just to clear my debt? Did he break our privacy? I had trusted him completely. I thought that night was special. Now I was the subject of ugly gossip. That evening, Billy came back to my apartment. I was happy to see him. I hoped he would hug me and tell me everything was okay. But Billy did not hug me. His face was serious. I knew something was wrong. He said, "Abigail, the neighbors are talking about us. They say I treat you differently because we slept together." He told me the rumors were bad for his business. I felt a sharp pain in my chest. He cared more about his business than about my feelings. I realized then that our night meant nothing to him. I thought it was special and real. To him, I was just a secret. Billy walked closer, but he still did not touch me. He said, "You cannot stay here, Abigail. You still owe the rent money." My heart broke. I could not speak. He was asking me to leave my house. He was choosing his reputation over me. Tears filled my eyes. I was very sad, but I decided I would not cry anymore. I turned to Billy. I said, "Listen to me, Billy. I spent the night with you because I wanted to be with you. It was not a payment for the room. I liked you. I did not do it to clear my debt. You are a coward, Billy. You hide behind your business and your reputation. You are afraid of what people say." I did not wait for him to speak. I began to pack my clothes. I decided I would leave. Billy watched me from the living room. I said, "I am leaving." He did not move. I walked out of the apartment, leaving him alone in the empty room. I felt pain, but I also felt free. 2 months passed. I moved to a new apartment. It is cheap, so I do not worry about money every day. I needed to pay the rent I owed Billy. I sent the money to him in the mail. I did this for myself, not for him. My dignity was much more important than the money. One afternoon, there was a knock on my door. I opened the door. It was Billy. He held the money I had sent him in his hand. He said, "Abigail, you did not have to pay this money. I told you that you needed to move out." I said, "Yes, I did have to pay." Billy said, "I know I made a mistake before. The way I treated you was wrong. I was too afraid of the neighbors and the bad rumors. Can I take you to dinner tonight? Not as your house owner. This time, I want to ask you out just as Billy. I want to talk to you." I said, "You told me to leave my home because you were weak. I do not want dinner with you, Billy." I said, "Get out of here now." I closed the door quickly. I was free from the debt, the terrible gossip, and Billy. This was a happy end for me. If you liked this story, please like, comment, share, and subscribe.